Wynncraft is loaded with dungeons, all of which have unique rewards that honestly tend to be overlooked the majority of the time.
Round 2.
So what if those rewards were all I could use? In this series, I will not be allowed to use any weapons, armor, accessories, or elemental powders that were not acquired as a reward from completing dungeons. For the sake of making the challenge a little more fun, I'm considering boss altars to be a type of dungeon, and as such I'm able to use unique drops those bosses have.
Yeah, there we go.
This is the Dungeon Master Challenge. I hope you enjoy. Hello and welcome back to episode 2 of Dungeon Master.
Oh jeez.
Episode 1 did quite well.
Again.
A little better than I was expecting. As of right now, just a couple days after it was posted, while I'm editing this video, it's got over 300 views. Well received.
Yeah, he just shoots in the
I
same
think this
direction he's
series
facing if I stun
could do
him when
pretty
it
well
comes time
going
for him to
forward.
use his
Maybe
arrow
get like
thing.
50 views per video once
So,
it gets to like video number
it.
6 or something, because the videos tend to get less views as they go on. But while I'm sitting here having myself in the past killing the Decrepit Sewers boss repeatedly, I wanted to real quick go ahead and say that if we can get the first episode of this series up to 100 likes, I will begin doing community events on my channel where I will host the event, and the event will have prizes such as liquid emeralds or even ranks. If y'all are interested in some of those potential events, then go ahead, head on over to episode 1 of this series and give it a like. And I will have enough fragments to buy a powder for my weapon, chestplate, and leggings. Yeah, boy. We still have 8 more keys, which I am going to save. I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm going to save these keys for future use if I ever decide to come back here and farm for any of the powders, because I can buy 3, but I don't know, maybe I'll need some more down the line. Really wish I was a class that would have access to multiple weapons here, because the one that I have is not super great, but it's fine. We got us a legendary. We got Witherhead's Talisman, which gives us some spell damage, which is pretty useful, and then the loot bonus and XP bonus will be nice, but the spell damage is what really matters there, because that allows us to hit a little bit harder. And then it was air and water that I want to put on the 2 of these. Doesn't matter which one. 1 air, 1 water, and then I was going to put thunder on that. So water, thunder, and air. Alright, let's go throw these on. Let's go add powders. Defibrillator, let's throw thunder on, so it'll convert 9% of our neutral damage, which is basically non-existent, to thunder. And then it will add more thunder damage, another 1 to 8 to our 1 to 15, so it'll be 2 to 23, which will be really nice. And I don't really get anything else out of that, but there we go. 3 to 5 neutral damage, 2 to 23 thunder damage. Now that we've gotten our gear, my next order of business is going to be getting the materials necessary to craft my next food, potion, and scroll to be able to tackle the next dungeon. I don't need to go as hard on getting like a super powerful stuff, and courtesy of going a bit overboard, I'm already well over 20 and everything, so I can already get the next tier and I don't have to actually do any grinding. So I can just get a couple of each and then farm up the materials to craft the items themselves, and then we'll be all set to attempt this dungeon, as we are already the level necessary. Just need to do the quest first, of course. Alright, let's turn this in. There we go. Level 28 woodcutting. Nice. Gather salmon completed. Because I have enough. There's 29 farming. So for our potion, I'm going to be making the exact same potion that I used last time, which is 5 dead bees and a herbal extract, except this time I'm going to be making it with higher tier materials so that it will last longer. Doesn't change anything else about it. 20 to 23 will be level range, that way I can actually use it. 31 alchemism. So we get 37 main attack neutral damage, 3% gather speed, minus 3% main attack damage, and plus 17 health. Now for cooking, we're making almost the same thing. Instead of using 6 Nivlin honeycombs, I'm going to use 5, and I'm going to use 1 Nivlin honey, that way I can have a second of these to use later. Because I can handle slightly less regen and slightly less health in exchange for being able to use this twice. So overall, I think that's a fair trade-off. I definitely do not want it in that level range because I want to be able to use it. I could do 23 to 25, but all that would do is make it last even longer, and there's no guarantee that I'd be able to use it. So we're doing 20 to 23. And that's 30 cooking, and there is our food, 53 health and 17 health regen. So unfortunately, my editing software failed to record the audio for the rest of this video, so I have to do a voiceover manually. Annoying. I crafted myself a new scroll. This time I went with a little bit of lifesteal, maybe a nice little bonus. Went ahead and crafted up a weaker food than the food that I have now, because I wanted to attempt to complete the dungeon without using my good food. Maybe I'll be able to, maybe not. It's worth a shot. Completing the quest to unlock the dungeon was a pain, because it made me walk halfway across the continent for no reason. Entering the dungeon, the fight up to the boss was a little more difficult than I was anticipating it being, but we managed to make it there, and conveniently for me, I'm playing an assassin, and so I was able to just stun the boss non-stop, and it wasn't actually able to do a whole lot of damage to me. So while the boss was a little bit difficult, it wasn't impossible, and we trudged through, slowly whittling down its HP until we eventually managed to kill it. Upon defeating the boss, we went ahead over to the merchant and used the reward that we got to purchase a new ring, jumped straight back into the dungeon, killed the boss again. Upon winning this time, we bought ourselves a second ring because 2 is better than 1. Immediately killing the boss 2 more times. After defeating it both of those times, we finally have enough to buy most of the other rewards available to us, and we opt to choose the helmet that I have no idea how to pronounce. With our new gear in tow and our buffs that we didn't use for the boss, I decided to try my luck at the Bovine barn and promptly got demolished. I knew I needed to be stronger. So we went back, beat the dungeon enough to buy the full spider set, which is a lot stronger than I was anticipating it being, giving 130 poison, and then a bunch of dexterity and agility. We went ahead and bought the boots that the dungeon merchant sells as well, threw earth powders on all of them and an air powder on our weapon. Crafted up a new potion, a new scroll, and once again went back to tackle the Bovine barn. This time, the fight was considerably easier, and though we almost died, we just barely managed to take it out. And seeing as I had a bit of time left and I didn't get the boots, I jumped back in and did it again, winning our second victory, this time actually getting the boot drop that we needed. So we went, identified our new boots, and our new necklace as well. And with our new upgrades, we respect our stats, threw everything on, and we are finally pretty much as powerful as we can get at this stage in the game, unless I farm the boss to get some more upgrades. This episode was a lot of work, and it was a lot of fun, so if you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below. I thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in episode 3.